Hello, white people. I'm on TSA.gov. We're going to talk about Real ID. Flying with a Real ID. Real ID deadline extended. Due to circumstances resulting from the mindfuck pandemic, the National Emergency Declaration, the Department of Homeland Security is extending the Real ID enforcement deadline by a year. The new deadline for Real ID enforcement is October 1st, 2021. Beginning October 1st, 2021, every air traveler 18 years of age and older will need a Real ID compliant driver's license, state-issued enhanced driver's license, or another acceptable form of ID to fly within the United States. Real ID compliant cards are marked with a star at the top of the card. If you're not sure, contact your state driver's license agency on how to obtain a Real ID compliant card. For information by state, including where to obtain a Real ID, visit the DHS Real ID website and click your state on the map. Note: Legacy Ohio driver's licenses have a gold star marking on the card. However, Real ID compliant Ohio driver's licenses have a black cutout star. If you are not sure whether your card is compliant, contact the Ohio driver's license issuing agency. About enhanced driver's licenses. Michigan, Vermont, Minnesota, and New York states issue Real ID and state-issued enhanced driver's licenses, both of which are acceptable. Washington state issues enhanced driver's licenses only. State-issued enhanced driver's licenses are marked with a flag. These documents will be accepted at the airport security checkpoint when the Real ID enforcement goes into effect. It's the law. Passed by Congress in 2005, the Real ID Act enacted the 9/11 Commission's recommendation that the federal government set standards for the issuance of sources of identification, such as driver's licenses. The Act and implementing regulations established minimum security standards for state-issued driver's licenses and identification cards and prohibit federal agencies like TSA from accepting licenses and identification cards from states that do not meet these standards for official purposes, such as getting through the airport security checkpoint to board a plane. Most places, the DMV isn't even open, so this is a really good thing. I was concerned about this, and I don't want to hand over my birth certificate, and plus, since I've been married, I have to have proof of why my last name is different than my birth last name. Oh boy, the government always making everything so much more complicated than it needs to be. All right, white people, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your comments below.